Let's talk about how to improve your concentration, how to increase your ability to concentrate on one thing for a block of time. It's, as you know, concentration, focus, it's absolutely key to getting a lot of the right things done. And it's also something that's not so easy. So Dove Gordon here from The Alchemist Entrepreneur, dovegordon.net. And I was talking to somebody recently who was sharing his frustration because he sits down to study something, to work on something, and right away he's thinking about something else. His mind jumps to something else, goes and does something else, comes back, remembers that he's got to do something else. And he decided he's got to work on improving his concentration. So what he did was, he sat down, decided he's going to work for 5 minutes and concentrate for just 5 minutes. And even that he couldn't do. And he was really frustrated because when I'm reading a good book, I could concentrate for a longer period of time. Like, why can't I do it when I'm working, when I'm putting in the difficult work, so to speak. And I said to him, I said, I think that he's really pushing hard in completely the wrong direction. I said, if you're expecting yourself to get to the point where you have no stray thoughts, your thoughts are not ever jumping to something else, I think that's just not possible for most of us anyway. And even so, it's not a high leverage way to work. There's so much progress you can make before you get to that exercise. What do I think he should do? What do I think I need to do? You need to do to improve our concentration? Well, I think concentration is two things. Number one, it's recognizing what your next clear priority is. What is the number one priority right now? Being really clear. And it could be what's right now could be the next 60 seconds, the next 5 minutes, the next 50 minutes, the next whatever it is. That for the next 30 minutes, let's say, this is my number one priority. If anything else pops up, I'm not doing it. I might make a note to remember to do it later. I'm not going to jump and do something else. I'm not going to go and do anything else. The second thing is to recognize when you catch yourself thinking about something else, just to move back to the number one priority. Don't get upset. Don't feel like there's something wrong with you because your mind jumped to something else. That's completely normal. Just move your thought back, shift back to what you were thinking about. And again, I think it's totally fine that if you think of something that you're afraid you won't remember later on, just have a little place you can write it down on the side. So to me, that's concentration. Now, one of the challenges that a lot of people have when they're growing their business, especially when it comes to if you're a really good consultant and you're looking to market and sell what you're doing, and you feel like you have a lot of the pieces of your marketing and selling system in place. It just doesn't seem to add up. You're struggling to figure out, how do I make this all work together? Or it's working, but it's not consistent, or it's not consistently bringing in the ideal clients, the clients you really want to work with. Well, that also has to do with figuring out the priorities. Now, it's not just about, sometimes in order to figure out the priorities, you have to have a deeper understanding of where you're going and how to get there. So if you're ever trying to figure out what your priorities with marketing and selling your expertise should be to grow your consulting business, then I'd like to invite you to go to dovegordon.net/force, FORCE, and have a look at you, a force to be reckoned with. Because when you can concentrate and focus all of your activities, all of your thinking and everything you're doing in a very simple and clear direction, you become hard to ignore. It's really difficult for the people you're looking to reach to not pay attention to you, to not respond to your messages, to not respond to what you're saying. And that response is key. So that's how you improve your concentration. Number one, get really clear about what is the priority for the next minute, the next 30 minutes, the next hour, the next day. Number two, as your thoughts kind of jump and you notice that they've jumped to something else, just move them back to that number one priority. If you don't know what that number one priority is, that's where you suddenly jump all over the place. If you're not clear what that priority should be when it comes to marketing and selling your expertise, ask me for help. dovegordon.net/force is one way. You can also email me, dovegordon@dovegordon.net. We can have a conversation and let's see, maybe something will come up, maybe not. But in any event, we'll both learn something. Have a good day.